Hello, dearest star seeds. I have a galactic channeling for you, and then I'll explain it afterwards and how to use your third eye towards ascension. We welcome all the newer star seeds and those finally in a more awakened state of being. Let us explain, please. Those of you attracted to this message are generally more awakened and aware of what transpires on Gaia and your place in this mixture of light and dark. Many are only recently bringing this into their experiences and awareness of being. Those most recent are of the third and fourth wave of ascension beings. Those ready for the transition and yet not having enough of the presences of mind and self-awareness that brings forth light through their avatars into more coherence. These, what we would call younger ones, by this we mean both physically and spiritually younger ones, will need both assurance and guidance from you, our dearest star seeds of the first and second waves of volunteers. Will you take up this mantle of grace and divinity and hear the horns and trumpets of the call of divinity? Will you shine even brighter for those coming forth as new? We would implore you to say yes to this. We would implore you to see yourselves in a most vital and important of roles. We know the hardships have been and still are extreme, dearest ones. We know of all the suffering. We would suggest to put yourself out there as teachers and way showers and those of the leading edge of the light warriors. For this is truly what you are and why you arrived in this density of presence. Not all is as it seems. That which you call reality is but one small sliver of that which is, one small aspect of the all, and yet quite valid from the perspective of experience. We would ask you to adjust your feelings and your thoughts of your perspective of what you call reality. Suspend this moment in time as not all that is all. Believe yourselves as true spiritual leaders. We know you do not want this responsibility, you say. You say this is not fair. You say you are tired. You say you have suffered enough. Of course, we can feel and sense all that is transpiring there with you. However, this is not all that is transpiring. Pull yourself from your own bubble of awareness and look back at that which is you and your place in all that is all. This moment seems infinite and yet is quite finite and a small section of what you would call history in the present moment. The emphasis on today's message would be to develop and grow and mature your use of your intuition and locality of what you would call the third eye. Think of the third eye as not so much a physical location on the body, but instead a portal of thought energies, a focal point, meaning a place to focus, to sense, is to see, is to intuit. Intuition is a focusing of all the sensory mechanisms of your being. Focus on the physical third eye when you're overrun with feelings. Focus on the third eye when your thoughts are fluctuating or going forth rampant with overrun of energies. Focus on the third eye to feel and to sense yourself as more than you truly are. Use your third eye as the gateway to your godhood, for that is its true purpose. It is a portal into and through density, the physical density, to higher realms. See that beauty and the magic and the divinity. Use this third eye to raise your vibration. We would implore you to see yourself as the higher realm beings that you are, leading those who are first now awakening. All of this energy will drive the total of the all consciousness upwards and outwards towards expansion. This is the way. Be this, dearest ones. Much love, peace, and they end. So let me explain this a little bit, and then I'm going to get into talking about the third eye, and I'm wearing this contraption for a reason. I'll explain this in a second. The first part of their message that they're really emphasizing here in today's channeling is the need for us as the original way showers, the first and second waves of the volunteers that came here of our mission, if you choose to accept this mission, you don't have to. They understand everybody's tired, we're overrun, we're impatient. We want to see and experience the change already, right? We want it to happen now. We want to see it. And yet it's there. If you take notice of the changes that are happening in external, what we would call reality, you're starting to see subtle changes. The consciousness, the way the ultimate unconscious, the group consciousness works, is we as higher vibrational beings, and we are, anybody that's attracted to me by the basis of the law of attraction has come here as one of the volunteers. And so it is our initiative, if you choose to accept, because all here is choice, but it is our mission and our initiative to help those who are, let's say, further down the ladder, pulling them up and bringing all of consciousness up. Because those at the top bring those who are under or in a lower vibration upwards. All of the levels goes upwards. And we're going from 3D to 4D, which is mostly emotions, by the way, and thoughts, mind. And this is why we're going through this, time where we're unsure and tired and exhausted, etc., to lower 5D or ascension. Okay, this is the goal, the mission. And what they're saying here is, if you want to take that mantle on, to be the way showers, be the leading edge. The second part of what they're saying to try to help with this and to emphasize this is the third eye. If you notice in even many of the movies, but any of the ancient texts, there's crowns that many of the ascetics, the mystics wore, and there was a jewel or something there at the location of what we would call the third eye. This was meant to be a focusing instrument. Whatever gem or crystal was placed there was meant to help you focus. Think of the third eye as like an aperture on one of the older cameras. If it's closed, it's like this. It's you can still see through it, but it's not quite there. By opening your third eye, see, this is actually a stargate. This is our portal as beings, as spiritual beings and interdimensional beings, to see through and come through density. And ways I can put together exercises on that, go ahead and just comment third eye, and I'll put together some meditations or some audio tracks to help you with opening your third eye. But they're saying, go ahead whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, emotional, tired, exhausted, etc. Do an exercise I always teach to get into the 0 point of the heart, but you can bring your focus and your awareness up to your third eye and say, I want it to open. I want to see more. I want to sense more, but I want to sense it in the sense of God and love and peace and divinity and truth. And that's what will come through. And you won't see dark things if you don't focus on dark things. That's the way the third eye works. It's literally like an eye, but it is also an energetic portal. Okay? Comment, share, please. Ask questions, because this is a complicated topic that they're now bringing up. So ask questions, please. I will answer any of your questions in the comments. Okay? Talk to you again real soon. Bye-bye.